I can see it. You can't hear me? Hey, Nick.
Alright, NASCAR fans, we need to talk. We have a big-ass elephant here in the room we need to address. So yes, as most of you have heard and saw in the headlines, we have a big, bad incident that happened last night during a friendly iRacing stream, hosted by Landon Castle, where during the race, Kyle Larson went on and dropped the N-word when he had communications issues with a spotter. And Larson didn't realize that his mic was connected to everybody, so everybody in the chat heard it. And it's too late for Larson really to apologize or try and say he didn't mean to, because the video's already been trending viral, and as you see on the screen here, of course, Chip Ganassi has suspended Larson without pay, and NASCAR has banned Larson indefinitely until further notice, and now Larson has to complete NASCAR's sensitivity program when we get society back up and running due to the COVID-19 outbreak. Like, this is just a bad look for NASCAR here. Like, this is definitely another black eye to the sport. Like, this is just bad. And yeah, I think we all know Larson slipped up there, but here's the thing, though. Usually when you slip up, that's when we see a person's true feelings. That's when we know what they're truly thinking in their mind when they slip. Like, we're not even a couple months away from that female reporter after Kobe Bryant's death that referred to the Los Angeles Lakers as the Los Angeles N-words. Like, not even 3 months removed from that incident. Like, this is definitely a bad look for NASCAR. Like, NASCAR's trending the headlines over this. But yeah, so NASCAR's made the headlines again. But once again, it's for the wrong reasons. Like, I would definitely say I'm very disappointed in Larson for sure. He was one of the drivers I had a lot of respect for. And I'll say this for sure, a lot of my respect has gone down from this. I'll say this though, NASCAR definitely need to do something about this, because if they didn't, all the snowflake fans in the fan base would have got triggered easily, and they would have been out for blood. So NASCAR needed to get as much heat off as possible. This should blow over eventually. I mean, hell, we forgave Tony Stewart for killing a man in a fucking outlaw race. Then again, Kevin Ward Jr. was a fucking idiot that was high on weed and ran right out in front of him. So in all honesty, Kevin Ward deserved to get run over. He ran right at Tony, and Tony tried to avoid him. Tony did his best to avoid him, and Ward still got in the way. I mean, if we forgave Tony Stewart for accidentally killing a man, then we should be able to forgive Kyle Larson for dropping the N-word. It will take time, but this should blow over eventually. Eventually, for sure. But of course, now with this folks, now we're going to have to deal with all the non-racing fans and all the racist stereotypes again. Because now all the non-racing fans are going to they're going to come over here and bash and troll the shit out of us. And say, oh, well, NASCAR fans, they're just a bunch of dumb, inbred, white trash, racist rednecks. They like to drop the N-word and just like to wave the Confederate flag and shit. Yeah, we're going to have to deal with those racist stereotypes again, because we haven't had to deal with those stereotypes since the Brian France incident back in 2018. And the Anthem thing in 2017. Like, because we've had those stereotypes twice already. In 2017, when NASCAR drivers stood for the anthem during the whole NFL anthem protest. And then there was that whole thing with Richard Childress and Richard Petty, where both owners came out and said that if anyone kneeled for the national anthem, they would be fired immediately. And then there was 2018 when the whole Brian France got arrested for being a drunk idiot. Like, this is definitely this Larson incident, it's on par with the Brian France incident. Like, it's just a bad look. It's bad timing for sure. I say Larson fans, they should definitely be embarrassed over this. Like, Larson may have just fucked his own career up. So yeah, it's not. So yeah, Larson, when we do go back to real racing, everything goes back to normal. Larson's probably gonna miss a couple races this year, for sure. Like, we haven't had an incident like this in NASCAR since 2013 when Jeremy Clements said the N-word, and then Clements had to do the sensitivity program, and Clements missed like 2 races in Xfinity in 2013. But this might be a little longer than that, because keep in mind, folks, this is 2020, not 2013. We live in a different time in 2020 than we did 7 years ago. Like, you know, it's like, Larson chose a bad time to do that. Larson should at least made sure his mic was working or say something else. Like, that is just bad timing. So yeah, in all this, though, we also learned that Native Americans do not get the N-word pass, too. Like, this is just a bad image overall. Just a bad look. Yep, and now we gotta deal with the non-racing fans' racist stereotypes again. Because the non-racing fans don't check in and see how much NASCAR's changed to try and go away from that racist stereotype. Like, you look at NASCAR now, it's a lot different than what it used to be. Like, we have a black driver in the sport in Bubba Wallace. And oh, by the way, speaking of Bubba Wallace, this incident is coming a week after Bubba Wallace's rage-quitting incident at Bristol. And then he lost Blue Emo as a sponsor. So yeah, a week later we have this incident. It's crazy what happens when you take sports away. Everybody loses their fucking minds. We definitely need real racing back ASAP. We need to get things back to normal soon. Or else more of this shit's probably going to happen. But, yeah, in these crazy times. Just, I don't know what to say about this at this point. It's just a bad look. Larson definitely has fucked his career up for a good chunk. For how much long it's yet to be determined. Odds are Larson's more than likely going to lose his ride at Chip Ganassi. Well, Larson was a free agent at the end of 2020 anyway, and to be honest, I honestly was thinking Larson was going to be leaving Chip Ganassi at the end of the year anyway. I honestly had Larson in my silly season moving to the 14 to take over for Clint Boyer at Stewart-Haas Racing. That could be in question. Larson's probably going to lose a couple of his sponsors. His main sponsors are McDonald's and Credit One Bank. He's probably going to lose one or maybe both of them. Like, it's just a bad look overall. Like, what do you do? What do you do? But yeah, anyway, as I was saying, not only do we have a black driver in the sport, we also have a Mexican driver in the sport. Like, we got fans from all kinds of different religions. Like, we got black fans in the fan base. We got Muslim fans in the fan base. We got Hindu fans. We got Asian fans. Like, the point is, we got fans from all kinds of different colors, races, and religions. All in this fan base. Like, it's changed a lot from what it used to be. Hell, we even have females now in this sport. Like, we got 2 females currently in the truck series, and a third one coming soon with Haley Deegan. It's probably going to be in the series within 2021, 2022. To join Natalie Decker and Angela Ruck. Hell, for a decade, we had to deal with Danica Patrick wrecking every car she touched. And with a top team in Stewart-Haas Racing. So, yeah. The sport's changed a lot for sure. This should blow over. I think Kyle Larson is going to be back in the Cup Series eventually. I think now this might be like another AJ Allmendinger situation when AJ got suspended by NASCAR when he failed a drug test, and AJ lost his ride at Penske Racing, and then he ended up in a shitmobile ride the rest of his career. I definitely think Larson's going to lose his ride at Chip Ganassi for sure. Like, I don't know. I think Larson's going to be on a different team now. I do think he's going to be back in the Cup Series, probably maybe in a crapmobile ride. I think someone is going to take him for his talent. Because, don't get it wrong, despite this, Larson is still a very talented driver, but this is just a bad look and a bad image overall. Anyway, I think I commented about this long enough, just a bad look for NASCAR. Anyway, let's just hope this all blows over. We can get these stupid ass stereotypes. Now, yeah, one more thing for all this, for anyone that wants to bring the racist stereotypes in. NASCAR's even banned the Confederate flag at most of their races, and now if anyone waves the flag around, it's usually now a fine or jail time. So yeah, NASCAR's really moved away from that racist stereotype. But yeah, I think I ran it on long enough. I think I addressed everything I need to, but yeah. That's all I gotta say on this. Hope everyone's a great day. Let's try and move on for this, and hopefully Larson can move forward and live in peace. You know, his career is gonna be taking a bit of a step back for sure, but hopefully someday he gets a start in another top ride. You know, he's gonna definitely lose his ride at Ganassi, no doubt. But yeah, hopefully Larson can come back in the Cup Series and definitely learn from this. But yeah, anyway, that's all I gotta say, folks. Hope everyone's a great day, and yeah, peace out.
Yeah, I just want to say I'm sorry. Last night I made a mistake and said the word that should never, ever be said. And, there's no excuse for that. I wasn't raised that way. It's just an awful thing to say. And I feel very sorry for my family, my friends, my partners, the NASCAR community, and especially the African American community. I understand the damage is probably unrepairable, and I own up to that. But I just wanted to let you all know how sorry I am, and I hope everybody is staying safe during these crazy times. Thank you.
What's going on here in this country? It's absolutely pathetic. I can't say the N-word, but you can get on YouTube and watch any black man's rap video, and they're calling each other the N-word. What the hell is this discrimination? I'm white, I can't say the N-word and they can't.
I can't believe you, and I support you, and you let me down. In fact, you let everyone down. I don't think you have any friends left in the garage.